America became a country in 1776, and that was part of the separation between the British and the rest. But I have a Native American Indian, like Cherokee Indian, so I'm like 25% Cherokee Indian, which those are the people that have been in the area we call like the United States before the foreigners came along. So, but my father's side is a German heritage, so I'm like German, Cherokee, Native American Cherokee, Lithuanian, Latvian. So those are like parts of Russia. So Russian, Native American, German. So it's a pretty big mix.
Kuya Steven, how old are you?
55.
Ah, you look 40 lang.
Oh, thank you. Well, when I shave, I look probably 30.
I'm worried about your sugat.
Whatever.
I'm worried about your wound.
Well, yeah, it's like it's been that way for a while. But that came from a DVT. It's like a thrombosis. So now it's a blood clot condition from a protein S deficiency.
Meet my cousin, it's Darius. Kuya Darius, it's Kuya Steven.
How are you, sir?
Very well.
And meet my nephew, it's August. Kuya August, it's Kuya
August.
Steven.
Nice to meet you, sir.
And my name is, do you remember my name, Kuya?
Cedric, right?
What?
Cedric?
No, Ram.
Ram. Oh,
Yeah.
Ram, okay.
Nice to meet you again,
Nice to
sir.
meet you. Okay, Ram.
Rambo.
Rambo.
Ram, that's like the sheeps and the rams, right? It's a biblical deal. The lamb and the ram.
You need to take a rest, many rests,
Right.
and sleep more.
But, I really, just take me like 5 minutes to let me roll in.
Where?
Get my ID here, Western Union.
Western Union?
Yeah, it's like right here.
Ah, okay.
Right here on the corner.
We need to go there and get your ID?
Yeah, I'd like to get it real quick.
Okay.
But
Do you
can
understand, Kuya
park
Darius?
there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's right here next.
Yeah,
Probably
you,
no parking there though, but
you
try.
can park ka daw, baka may Western
park
daw.
at
Yung
the
ID daw niya
McDonald's,
kukunin natin.
Park at McDonald's.
Maybe at McDonald's.
Yeah, you park at McDonald's and I can walk across. It's just right here.
It's malayo. Ah, no, there. Malapit lang.
It's right there, the USSC.
Why your ID's there? Why you
Well, it's just
put
like
them
one
there?
form of IDs. Because that's like, some of them they like Imhuli and things like
I
that.
go with you?
If you'd like.
Yeah. We stay here outside.
Okay. I'll be with you. Hello. How are you? Hey, I like some guys that want to take me out. Thank you, sir.
But in our house, no one can smoke there. Okay, but you can smoke maybe on the far.
Thank you. No problem.
Apat na.
Paano na yung guy, man eh? Ako isang baon. Wala lulubal na yung guy. Pati-pati.
Kuya August, you can talk to Kuya Steven.
Ah,
Yeah, I talked to him. He said he has 2 kids, 2 little boys. And he said they look like the mother, not him, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You ever do any missionary work for the church? Like go to a different country or anything?
It's how can I say it? It's like a mission to me.
I understand.
Like I'm doing because I'm happy and for our God.
Right.
I'm happy to meet you and
Me as well. Thank you very much. I appreciate
I'm
it.
happy that I can bring you home.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love to meet, new people, nice people. People that, believe in God and things like that. It's like, that's an important thing for me.
I love mani. Do you love mani? It's nuts. Do you love nuts?
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah. You want more?
I have so much. Thank you.
Are you pure American?
Well, a little bit more than that because, all right, America became a country in 1776, and that was part of the separation between, the British and the U.S. But I have a Native American Indian, like Cherokee Indian, so I'm like 25% Cherokee Indian, which those are the people that have been in the area we call like the United States before the foreigners came along. So, but my father's side is a German heritage, so I'm like German, Cherokee, Native American Cherokee, Lithuanian, Latvian. So those are like parts of Russia. So Russian, Native American, German. So it's a pretty big mix, like different places around the world. But, I've been like really blessed, got to visit other countries and meet lots of, really beautiful people. Around the world, most people, America's a little bit different, we're like very, I would say like, too advanced. They don't have things like they have here, like street markets, things like that. Some of the street markets, I don't know if you've ever been, or if you've ever been like to Divisoria and stuff like that.
You've been to Divisoria?
Yeah, so I haven't traveled much here, but I did. So Marquee Mall over here, it's like an immigration, a place for immigration, get your immigration cards and things. So I met a German guy, he lived in Bulacan, and so, and I used to go to his place. He was in a place called Malis, and then he took me down to Manila one time. We went to Divisoria, the malls, and I went to like the Chinese Quarter and saw the churches and things. It's like, beautiful. It was, I didn't really, I spent one day there and that was it. But, I liked it. I like the, America, it's, we have like kind of the same format. And it's like nothing is outside. It's all like most everything's inside, air conditioned. They have a McDonald's next to, this place and this place. We call them strip centers. It's like, but, it's really nice to go to other countries and you see like these people on the streets, selling fruits and vegetables and things. It's just it's not something that you see, in America right now. It's just, everything's kind of just modernized. Everybody has a car, everybody has, a nice place to stay and things like that, air conditioning. So, you learn to appreciate it. And, that's why, when I come here, I spend a lot of money to help people. Like,
I can see your Kuya Steven. Maybe you need to, you take a nap muna, and then later we can,
Yes.
I think you're tired because I can see to your eyes.
Well,
It's okay, you
Since I
can
am.
take a nap.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh,
You lay down your head here.
okay. But, back since, my girlfriend passed away, it's just like, I don't sleep much.
Kuya Steven, you told me that you are a writer, right?
Yes.
How many books did you
Doon.
Like I say, I was okay. I grew up as a visual or a graphic artist, so I was very talented as a young child. I do like drawings, illustrations, and my mother was very good. She took me to like different things. I learned like ceramics, pottery. I learned many different art forms, and then later on I went to Institute for the Arts, which was one of the top schools. It was out of Kansas City as the Arts Institute, and so. But it was, expensive, and I didn't really know what I was going to do with the art. I didn't really have like a passion. Like some artists, some people they know. It's just like they do certain things, and so my father said, "Hey, why don't you?" Because my father used to work like markets, like Divisoria and stuff, and he would sell everything. He was like a merchandiser, so he worked like as a store manager for like an SM or something. So he knew like all the factories and places, and so he would get the items that were, they call irregulars, imperfects, stuff they couldn't sell because of the quality, and you could buy them cheap and take it to like what they call a flea market or open market and sell it. So he says, "Hey, why don't you you can print graphics on the shirts, and I can sell them. We can do business together." So that's what I went to school for like half a year, and then I went back and like started a business with my father, doing life takes you in different directions, and so that led me to go to Israel because I didn't know. My father's side's Jewish and my mother's side's Christian, and I really didn't know what the Jewish side meant. So I figured if I go to Israel, maybe it'll help me, decide. And so, that's when I met, my ex-wife, and, I still have a daughter in Israel. And, I'm just like, one of those curious people, and I'm not afraid to, pack up and go to a different country or do something. It's like, and everybody else in the family is like a lot different, they like, want to stay in the same city, don't want to travel or do anything like that. And so I was kind of like considered like the black sheep in the family. But it's not because I did anything illegal. It's just because they really didn't understand. Sometimes situations don't work out. Like my first divorce. It's like I had a business and obligation to my father's retirement. And she wanted to take the child back to her country and with her mother, and so things didn't work out. But I was blessed. She's like a beautiful girl. She does modeling. She got a full scholarship in mechanical engineering. And she works for Intel, which is a tech company in Israel. It's like really smart, creative, beautiful, brilliant girl. And some of my other family members are a little frustrated that she was so successful, and then they, they spend a lot of money on some of their kids' education. And this happens in America. It's like, they tell the kids, "Hey, you have to go to university, you have to go to university," and they don't know why. They're just like kids. They just want to have fun. And so, they pay a lot of money to get them into university, and then they, maybe they don't make high marks, and it's becomes a lot of like pressure and stress. See, that's what the really great thing about the Philippines is, like the acceptance. At any age, you can go back and live with your family, and I've seen it here. It's like, you might have, the brother, the kid, the grandma, everybody, 10, 12 different people living in like a small apartment. And it's like, and they're just like, "Oh, okay, anytime, come back, we'd love to have you." And so,
Kuya Steven, sorry if I changed our topic.
no problem.
I want to know how do you get connected in Netflix?
Okay, well, yeah, Netflix is, that was with the kind of the co-writer I was with at the time. And so he was connected through them. So my ex-wife, she originally started off, she grew up like in a small town in China. And the biggest city there was like called Wuhan. And so she wrote poetry, first, and then she got accepted into, she wanted to do like film and stuff like that. So she wanted to be a screenwriter. So she got accepted into the Beijing Theater Academy, which, is a very big honor. Out of the billions of people in China, in Beijing, they only accept 5 people from the country in this program. So she was accepted in that program, and she graduated, with a master's in film and writing. Then she came to the U.S. and she got a scholarship to attend, American University in Washington, and that's like another prestigious school. That's like, where the politicians' kids, they all go to these schools like Yale, Harvard, things like that. And so, we met. I was with some, friends of mine, some Asian friends. We went out to Los Angeles, and she was there. She had just graduated and went out to California to start working on movies. And we met, and, we kind of fell in love. And so, I ended up moving to California and start working with her, in the writer capacity because, her English wasn't really perfect. And so, when you write, a movie, it's like, if I was going to write a screenplay here, I would need to know, the slang in Tagalog, things like that. So,
did you write that already play in?
No. So yeah, that'd be like called IMDb. It's like an internet movie database. It has the history of all the projects that you work on, things like you've completed, whatever. So I was at the point, the guy I was working with, we had funding from Netflix, but that's when COVID came around. And so they stopped, all financing because they couldn't do any filming because, you film a movie, you can't have the actors wearing a mask and things like that. And nobody knew, how serious COVID was. And so, I knew that America was very cautious and scared, and they shut, many things got closed. But, I knew other countries like the Philippines, you could come here and, you could still work.
Okay.
So that's why, so our project got pretty much, set aside. And I said, look, I can't do anything right now, so I want to go to the Philippines. And, and he said, okay, just whenever things pass over, we'll continue the project again. So in the meantime, I just, I wrote 2 different projects here, and then my experience with my, the girl I have, a lot of it saved on the computer with my Chinese ex-wife. She has a lot of the records in California, so Los Angeles.
So when you have a computer here, you can open what did you write?
Right, yeah. So I mean, she has everything, on file on her computers, and I have it
in the iCloud like that.
Yeah, but there's also, see, when you write a project, to protect it from somebody using it, you register it, and that's there's 2 places that you'd be the Writers Guild or the Library of Congress. So the biggest one is the Library of Congress. So every creative thing or every patent, anything of importance goes to the Library of Congress. So you'll see inventions, movie scripts, anything, they're on file there. And so, and that protects people. So if there's ever somebody that comes and does something similar and, makes money off the project, you can come back and you can say, look, I registered this. And then, the judges and the, attorneys, they figure out if it's similar enough that you plagiarize, you are using their, ideas or something like that to make money. And so, that's so in the movie industry, it's the WGA is the Writers Guild. And so you'll register, there's a West Coast division and an East Coast. So the one covers kind of New York, the other one covers Los Angeles, side. And, you do those 2 things to kind of protect your intellectual copyright, your intellectual, assets. So as my experience online, which, I got on like a date in Asia. There's a lot of scammers. And there's a lot of, lady boys, pretending to be like, real females. And it gave me like a lot of ideas. And so, I wrote a movie based on that. And the movie's called Western Union, which is actually kind of interesting. So, and it had like two meanings because, the Western Union is like a place where you get a remittance. And it was like in the Philippines, like two people like meet each other at Western Union, like, hey, wow, and they didn't really know anything about their private lives, but their private lives are scammers, right? And that's what, one of them's like a Westerner saying, hey, I can get you a green card to come to the States. There's a lot of girls that pay a lot of money, wanting to get a green card to go, visit the States. And then there's, a lot of, guys that get scammed by the girls saying, my auntie, she needs medical help in the province. Can you send me money and things like that? And so, it turned out to be kind of like this kind of cute love story based on two scammers. And they're trying to keep doing what they're doing on the computers, but not let their, them know. But at the same time online, they're trying to scam each other. And so it's like kind of a, and then, then another one's like, the other one's like, wanted to go to GMA and work on a novella, like a TV series, like a long, and that's why I needed to talk with them. The gangster one evolved around, the situation with my ex, and that was like, kind of the dark side of the Philippines, like the, methamphetamine, the shabu trade, and, the syndicates, the triads, and stuff like that. So, those are like kind of like the three projects.